Hello, and welcome to Road Rash. And no, I'm not going to do the whole thing in this helmet. So, I just felt like having a look at every Road Rash game that basically exists. As you can see, there's quite a lot of them, 15 in all. Well, actually, there's more like 18, but one of them, which is the Road Rash for 3DO, is the same game on the Saturn and the PlayStation, so I'm just going to play the 3DO version. No point playing the Saturn and PlayStation version because they are basically the same game. Using a lot of different emulators for this stuff. One emulator I've never used before, so this could be janky. But hey, so yeah, we're just going to go through in order of release every Road Rash game that's ever come out. 6 minutes each, so hopefully that should equal up to about an hour and a half. And yeah, just a weird little retrospective that I just felt like doing because I really like Road Rash. So we may as well kick off with Road Rash 1 on the Mega Drive. I'm going to be playing this through the Kiga emulator, which is what I'm going to be doing for the Sega Master System and the Game Gear games. I remember Road Rash, I had it back in the day when I had my Mega Drive. So yeah, 1991 this came out, back in the day when I was a young boy, and according to the reviews at the time, it had an 84% average from I think 5 different magazines, because that's what we had back then, no internet. Yeah, 15. So, I'm going to give myself 6 minutes on the countdown timer, and we'll just go through. And I'll do it from when the game actually starts, because like with some of these emulators, like the Amiga emulator, it actually emulates how long it takes for Amiga to load. So, let's get going, shall we? It's a great day to face challenge on the open road. Best of luck, friend. Yeah, fuck you, Biff. Okay, here we go. So yeah, so I'm just going to play until the timer goes off, depending on no idea how far I'll get. 6 minutes, probably not very far. Maybe do one race. Fuck you, grub. That's what you get. That's Rude Boy. I remember Rude Boy. Gunther, shouldn't he be at the cafe in Friends? Back to the cafe, Gunther. So yeah, I mean, back when I first played this, we'd had sort of like, you know, scalar racing games, Chase HQ, Outrun, and other things, but we never had the ability to drive and punch people. And it's just such a great idea. It's such a simple idea, and it boggles my mind why Electronic Arts, see hello Rex, haven't done anything with this IP. I mean, surely, everyone hates EA for good reason, but you know, they're not one to shy away from easy money, you know, and surely this game is easy money. You know, it's just a racing game, guys on bikes punch people, you know, avoid traffic, and that's it. I mean, if they want to, they could microtransaction it at the wazoo. You know, they could have DLC bike packs, DLC fucking characters, There's a lot. I mean, yeah, obviously I'm giving the fat cats ideas on how to nickel and dime us, but it's surprising that they haven't done that. Is what I mean. I mean, obviously by the end of this we will get to what is the latest, so we say, interpretation of Road Rash, but again not by Electronic Arts. And I guess they're having enough trouble with Disney to worry about IPs from the 90s. But it's just a real shame. What's going on here? What are you guys doing? But yeah, looks like I've already got the first place, so just kind of not even thinking about it. Okay, it is the first level though, so with these games they get progressively harder and harder, and like by like level 5 you've got a bike that's going so fast. The levels go on for like 9 to 10 miles. I don't know how long. This is like 5 miles. No, by level 4 you probably be doing more like 12, 14 miles. And there's more obstacles on the track, and you're going super fast. Your bike is like nitrous. You know, all the enemies are much more aggressive.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, Captain. Yeah, I've decided to cam myself out. Only on certain things. I'm not going to do it for everything. Not for the things I've already started. Okay, well, we've still got time on the clock, so let's keep going. Did I tell you that my bike was custom built? Very pricey. Fuck off, Biff. See you later, rude boy. Oh! I love Western-made Mega Drive games because their grasp of the sound chip is something to behold. It's like you give this sound chip to fucking I can't say his name, guy from Streets of Rage, and he produces symphonic masterpieces. Yeah, this is just like a series of, well, it's the windpipes though. Fuck you, Axel. Oh, hammer time. Oh! He's trying to club me. Oh, look out, this guy's the law. I am law! This fucking music's amazing. Oh, come on, Leicester Downs. Ah, Leicester's down. Oh, it's Biff. It's about, yeah, thanks, Biff. Ah, just as I get the club. It's 6 minutes is up. Alright, we're just going to deck Rex. No, we're not. Well, that's my 6 minutes. So that was Road Rash on the Mega Drive. So we are going to jump to a different emulator. We're going to get into a brand new world of the Amiga emulation, and this is the first time I've ever used it, so this is going to be fun. Right, everything's still on, isn't it? Right, okay, so it's the FSUAE Amiga emulator. Right, yeah, sorry, I've got to do different things on OBS and it's a whole thing. So anyway, see what happens. Okay, so when it says it emulates the Amiga, it emulates the Amiga. You can probably hear that's the discs loading. And it's our good friends at Skid Row. Because it's a cracked version, so we just do that. Discs loading. At least I hope they are. Hey! Road Rash on the Amiga. So this came out next year, I believe. It got an 80% sort of. It wasn't Metacritic because obviously Metacritic wasn't around back then, but on average, 80% out of all of the reviews that came out for it. So you know, not so bad. And yeah, takes a while this one. And don't have to worry about that because it's cracked. And now we've got to do that. Come down to here. That and that. I said it's a brave new world. I've never used an Amiga emulator before, but it's a pretty good emulator from what I can see, he says. Hoping that it loads. So again, this is just Road Rash 1, but this is the Amiga version. And it hasn't finished loading yet. At least I don't think it has. Where I tried to start, because I have tested this. Yeah, there we go, we're still busy. The sounds are cool, aren't they? I do like this emulator. It's actually making me prior to starting this, I was watching some YouTube videos about like the top 10 Amiga games and stuff, because I'm thinking about I might do a stream just on, you know, some of the cooler Amiga games from back in the day, because I used to play on the Amiga with my friend in my hometown. He had an Amiga when I had a Spectrum. He also was the only person I know in the East Anglia region that also had a CD32. Sorry, I'm literally filling time here. Hey! I think, are we in? I think we're in. Maybe we're not. They're just loading the demo. Hey, we're in. We're in. So, 6 minutes on the clock. And because this is a joystick game, oh no, we've still got to load. I have to push up to accelerate. So yeah, Road Rash on the Amiga. Certainly different colours than the Mega Drive version for sure. I think it feels a bit lighter. Oh, and I think the frame rate's the same. It feels a bit stickier. Maybe it's got less frame rate than the Mega Drive version. The scaling certainly isn't as smooth, that's for sure. Oh dear! Oh my days! Because those bikes look giant in the distance. Hey, see that at Leicester Downs? And I don't know whether the music's an improvement or not. There's the old fuzz, giant in the distance. Whoa. The police had no siren or anything. We will need to punch him to... Also, I think the track is... Though this is the same course, I think the track is different. I don't know. I haven't played them enough to really know the proper nuances, shall we say. But for an Amiga game, I think it's pretty good. I'd have been well impressed seeing this on my mate's Amiga back in the day. So I would have just, you know, gone home and played the Mega Drive version and been like, this is superior. But that's what we were like with kids. I don't know what happened there. I thought it was on the other side of the road for some reason. Oh, and I'm pressing punch thinking that's... Did I just crash right at the finish line? Oh no, they're cows, they're not the audience. Oh shit. It's definitely slower, I think, because I feel like I've been playing this level for ages now. Whereas I swear if there was a Mega Drive and I'd already finished by now and I'd started round 2. Guess we'll know when the alarm goes off. Back to the loading. Cool. Well, I made cash monies. Right, well let's see how far we can get before the alarm goes off, eh? Don't take it easy and don't let me catch you speeding, okay? I don't think O'Leary understands the rash of road. Oh. Rude Boy had more acceleration. Whoa, now, okay, this level's not exactly as pretty as the last one. Hello, Grub. Yeah, that background's a bit. Not the background. The sides of the road are a bit. I think they might have blew their load on the first level. Get out of the way. And that's our 6 minutes up. So that was Road Rash on the Amiga. Not bad for an Amiga game, but Mega Drive version is still the best version, I reckon. So need to do that, and I need to turn this off. How do I get out of this? Oh, there we go. Oh, it crashed trying to turn itself off. Everything else is alright, isn't it? Yep. Hey Radar! That was the Amiga version if you just saw that one. We missed the Mega Drive one because we are now moving on to Road Rash 2 on the Mega Drive. So yeah, so that was the weird Amiga emulator. Not bad. And not a bad version of Road Rash, but not great. Road Rash 2, which I think for most people is maybe considered the best of the Road Rashes of the 16-bit era. Oh. Ah, shit. Shit. Gotta use multiple windows. Some things work in game capture, some things only work in Windows capture. It's OBS, you know. If you know OBS, you know. You know. That's better. Yeah. It is the best Road Rash. It's the one that gives me the most nostalgia. So, oh, he's picked up the wrong pad. It's the satin pad I use for this. Right. Okay. Let's set 6 minutes on the clock. So immediately the graphics look so much better. Do you mind, Slug? You're ruining what I'm trying to do. I don't think the frame rate is... I mean, the frame rate's better than the Amiga version, for sure. I don't know if it feels a bit smoother than the original Mega Drive version. I don't know if it's, like, any faster. I guess it must be faster if it's smoother. Oh! These guys are a bit more aggressive. This is good. Hey, Leslie. I do believe this was the first time they introduced kind of like Nemesis characters, whereas like Viper will just be on my ass now until I deck him, or until he decks me. Would everyone just get out of my face? Look out for that deer. Music's a massive improvement as well. Oh shit! Yeah. Take it. Take that and party. That's it. So unless I totally, you know, crash and shit, we probably won't see Viper again. Just past Christian. He's amazing going, eh! And I drive past him. Shit! That was bad. Breakdown. She's probably got a chain. Give me your chain. Or don't. Thanks, I'll take that though. Whoa! Take the hint, man. Ah, Officer 11. Okay. They don't give these guys names. What about O'Leary? No rock. I don't like him on my tail like that. That's all I gotta do. Just gotta make one mistake. And you're busted! Deers in the road. All that acres of land and they want to just walk across the road. Like the drive to Sudbury. Pulled right up to the old bill as well. And these little animations are a nice new addition. And do we get someone saying something? Yeah. You don't need a big bike to win, bruh. Yeah, whatever, bruh. Okay, let's go to the next level. Fucking music's amazing. Look, every time! Oh, you were lucky, Leslie. I hit him at the back of his face. Fucking music's amazing. And here comes a drop. Oh look, it's bruh! Hey bruh! Fuck you, bruh! Oh, there's the Vampire Slayer. I don't have a clever thing to say about you, Roz. Ah, there's my nemesis. Oh, a Slayer. Come on, Natasha. We don't fight. We're friends. I read it in one of, I think it was Meme Machines. Apparently, that Natasha will actually assist you if you don't fight her, and like she'll make it difficult for other bikes to pass her. But if you fight her, she will always fight you in in later levels or something. Ah! Damn it, I wanted that chain. Ah. And that's our 6 minutes up. Definitely my favourite of the Road Rash games, without a doubt. Okay, so what are we moving on to? Ah, the Mega CD version. Okay. Super Hang On, yeah, kind of a different feeling. Yeah, okay. Right, the Sega CD, but it was a Mega CD where I grew up. Oh yeah. So yeah, so the Mega CD version was made around the same time as the 3DO version, so they share cutscenes, and I think they also share characters, but the actual game is much more in line with traditional Road Rash, whereas obviously the 3DO version is a 32-bit version, which we'll get to shortly. Now I've tried my best to be playing these in, shall we say, release order, chronologically, but I did find that in looking for like release dates, I was finding conflicting information from site to site, so I tried to go with like the best means tested. It's like, well, a couple of sites say this, one site says something else, so I'll go, you know, with the two that say. So if I've got this wrong, then, you know, down to my lack of research skills. Oh, this one's a bit louder. Okay. Yeah, thrash mode, so we'll just do a level. Also, this music's going to get me copyright strict, so let's okay. Gotta love the Mega CD's FMV bit crushing. Now, unlike the 3DO version that has licensed music but doesn't have the licensed music during the game, Mega CD version has the licensed music while you're playing, which is going to get me in trouble, but fuck. So it's more traditional Road Rash, as you can tell, but we've got digitized characters, so it's like the Mortal Kombat of Road Rash. Hey Teflon. Also, I think the frame rate is increased quite significantly. See you later. Oh, I just killed someone. And again, what the hell is he doing in the middle of the street? So yeah, music's greatly improved in this version, but hey, that's the CD technology for you. This was the future. Oh, I didn't tell you what score this. I think this got like an average of like 70%, I think, in terms of like magazine scores and stuff. I mean, I remember the Mega CD was kind of despised when it came out, because, you know, oh, it's a very expensive add-on that nobody wanted. I did have the first proper console port of Final Fight. Oh my days. Oh, you Jesus. So the difficulty feels like it's actually gone up as well, considering this is just the opening level. What's he doing in the middle of the street, flapping his arms? Come on, Jam. Whoa. Whoa, all these people in the middle of the street. Oh, Milwaukee. Look at him all over the street. Well, not going to let me pass. Again, I'm full tilt as well, and I just can't seem to. I just couldn't catch up with Milwaukee. Then I killed the race official. These FMVs. We'll be seeing them again when I get to the 3DO version. Kinda, maybe. Chicken dinner. Cool. Let's keep going. Got a few more minutes on the clock. And we've already seen that one, so. Cough Nina. Oh, snap into a Slim Jim. Is it like, is he fireproof or something? No, Teflon, he's non-stick. What am I about? Fuck off, Bose. Why have you got a red health bar? Does that mean is Bose my nemesis? Take one to the face. Akira! Oh, Tetsuo! Don't know how I lived there, but we won't question it. Oh, City's got a red health bar as well. Weird. Why is someone... What that means? All these secrets the game holds. Jesus, that car literally come out of nowhere. See you later, Rousey. Oh, that's our 6 minutes up. So that was Road Rash on the Mega CD. Yes, shush. I said shush. Okay, where are we going to now? The Sega Master System version. Okay, so yeah, what did... Yeah, the Mega CD version got a 76% sort of aggregate in terms of its reviews, whereas the Master System version got an 83%. Master System fans love themselves some Road Rash. Thankfully I'm just using the same emulator for this, so nice and quick. A probe conversion, huh? Interesting. For those that don't know, Probe did like Alien 3 on the Mega Drive. Nice little 8-bit rendition there. Ah, didn't get much of it though. Okay, well, since it's eager for us to begin. Natasha, some of these jerks would rather fight than race. Watch yourself out there. Thanks, Natasha. 6 minutes on the clock, and we're off. That's the accelerator. Okay, so 8-bit Road Rash. I like the lack of animation on the bike. Ah. And I think we're now running at what, maybe 5 frames a second? That car was tight. Everything's really small and I'm really huge. It's like a Road Rash of the Giants. Oh, come on, Hammer. You can't touch this. Oh, I didn't make that joke before. Ah, I am the law. Ah. I do like the music though, you know, for 8-bit, it's pretty nice. Though, it seems to be lacking the rash of this Road Rash. I can't seem to hit anyone. I get into a tussle. Oh, we've got those Amiga backgrounds coming in. Hey Biff! What the hell is that? I actually hit someone though. Ah! Oh, I thought I'd hit that car then, but apparently not. Apparently I'm too big. Shit. Oh, it's Christian. Eh. Oh, fuck me, you cleared it. Yeah, this feels more like just... Maybe it might be because it's the early levels, but this feels more like just a race than a... especially after that Mega CD version where they were proper aggro. So yeah, so this came out the same year as the Mega CD version. Apparently. And I'm surprised they were still making Master System games around that time, you know? So I do think some of the dates I got may be wrong. But then I don't know when they discontinued the Master System. I don't know when they stopped making games for the Master System. I know it was still quite popular in places like Brazil and somewhere else, but Brazil mainly. I mean, they still actually sell Mega Drives in Brazil to this day. So I guess Viper wasn't my nemesis in this version, he's just... I mean, I've literally just pissed past him. So yeah, I guess this one will get more challenging as it gets higher up in the levels, I guess. Not that we'll see it. But, you know, if I had a Master System and that was all I had, I'd be quite satisfied with this port. You know, it plays well, it scrolls well enough, you know, no worse than say Outrun on the Master System. Music's alright, it's not ear bleeding or anything. Sound effects are a bit, but... Alright, I have to go, yeah, 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 myself. Oh, that's proper Master System there. Okay, we've got 2 more minutes, so we might as well have a look at the next level. I'm not going to worry about it. Didn't have much trouble getting past everyone in that last one. Viper's got a club. If he swings it at you, grab it. Could be taken many ways. So yeah, I don't appear to have a back fist. It's just punch, and then if I push up and punch, that's how I do a kick. So I don't have a back fist anymore. Oh! My ability to punch people is certainly diminished. The music's that bad at all. But that is our 6 minutes up on the Master System version. Hey Swifty, how's it going? Wow, that's a lot for me to catch up on in chat, so hello. Right then, so we are now jumping, I believe, over to the Game Gear version, which is basically a port of this version, but you know, I'm doing all versions, so everyone gets its chance to shine. The Sega Game Gear. Okay, this got an average score of 84%, so the Game Gear community thought it was great. Let's see what we think, huh? Yeah, another Pro conversion, so this is literally just the handheld version of the Sega Master System. Same music, yeah. Let's get involved. Vet Thrashers run 15-mile races. Our race is only about 5 miles. Thanks for the update, Sledge. So, it seems a bit... Is that me, or is this a bit more vibrant than the Master System version? Not sure. Same frame rate, maybe even less actually. I feel like I got a little less control than I did in the Master System version. But this is basically portable Road Rash, so you know, this will be alright to while the hours away when you're in the car going to wherever. So basically the Game Gear then was just like a Master System in your hand, I guess. I don't really know the specs. Never had one. I don't think we had one. Did we, Captain? I think we did. No, we didn't. We certainly never. We didn't even have the Master System converter, did we? I remember someone I knew at school had a Master System. We used to play Alex Kidd on it. Then he traded up for his SNES, I think. So yeah, this is pretty much just more of the same in terms of the Master System. Ooh. But yeah, I don't know, it might just be me, but I just think that green just seems a bit greener. Oh, I just kicked Slater. But yeah, not a great deal to say about this one. It's I punched the one-third person I didn't want to punch, but it's done now. Oh, Shiva. Whoa, you betrayed Shiva. Kalima and Shakti. Jesus, get back on the side of the road. I really need to itch my nose. That was a bad time to do it. I do like the music though, actually. I mean, I'm into my chip tunes and, you know, it's a lot better than the music that was on the Amiga version anyway. Oh no, I've lost control of the vehicle. There we go. Yeah, but I think once we finish this level I'll turn this one off and we'll move on, because this is just basically the Master System version again, but in the palm of your hand. So that's pretty cool. Yeah! 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 Okay, so that means we're jumping over to the 3DO. No, I didn't think we had one, Captain. I really didn't. Okay, let's get... Oh yeah, I've got a save game on this. We're on level 4, so we're not going to see the end of a level or anything, but you get a good understanding of it. Ah, there it is. Anyway, what controller do I use on this? Ah, that one. Okay. So, what a lot of people say is the definitive version of Road Rash, the 3DO version. 32 bits of Trip Hawkins power. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name there for a minute. All for the low price of $700 back in the mid-90s. So in terms of review scores, this one got an aggregate of about 87%, so you know it was even liked back then, but as time has gone on... No, I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. That. Alright, I can't remember. Oh yeah, bulletin board. Yeah, that's it. Right, well, I'm just going to do a level I know. So, we'll do the city. So yeah, cutscenes look a lot nicer on the 3DO. Okay, 6 minutes on the clock. So yeah, frame rate is greatly increased. This is also level 4, so it's already fast as fuck because we've been like trying to get through this. So yeah, that's going to happen a lot because I haven't played this version in ages. This is as far as we got when I was actually doing a sort of offhand let's play of it, and because it's the 4DO emulator it just auto saves where you are and I don't know how to make it not. So but yeah, you can see that the Mega CD version either came before this or came after it, and I'm starting to think it came after it, so the dates I found were certainly wrong in regards to that, because you can see a lot of the assets in here that were used on the Mega CD version. But as I mentioned before, the licensed music only plays during the menus on this version. See ya. And oh dear. Okay, I had another piece of software on called Joy2Key that I was going to use for the Game Boy emulator, and having that on has met some of the keys that I've set for the 3DO are some of the keys that I set for Joy2Key, and it's basically me pressing attack reset the 3DO, or well 4DO. But it's fine because it's put us back to level 1 now, so I should be able to show you a full level without it being super fast. And I should be able to have some level of control. So I think we've already seen this, so we'll just get straight in and we'll get this. We'll do one race and then that'll be it. Okay, so yeah, I've got an attack now, finally. So yeah, this most people say this is the best version of Road Rash. It's also the best version of Road Rash that no one ever played. No one had a 3DO, and if you did, especially in the mid 90s, 700. I think it was like $700, 600 quid for a console when we were used to spending, you know, 150 to maybe 200 for a brand new console, you know. And that was all because of the way the 3DO machines were made. You know, like Sony, Sega, Nintendo, they made their own consoles in-house, you know, and then sold them at a loss because they also had in-house games companies to make up the rest. 3DO didn't. They farmed out the building of their consoles to third parties, which is why it's called the I'm trying to think now, Panasonic 3DO. Yeah, because they were the ones that bought. Fuck you, Mike. They were the ones that manufactured the 3DO for Trip Hawkins, and of course they didn't have in-house game development, so they had to sell the machine at the price that it was so they could make their money back. But 700 quid, $700, whatever, in the mid-90s, that's ridiculous amount of money for a fucking console. So of course no one bought it, you know. And I think within like 6 months they'd slashed it half price, so it was like 350, 300, 350. Still no one fucking bought it. So yeah, so the best Road Rash was trapped on a console nobody owned, but then thankfully they did port it to the PlayStation and to the Saturn. We're not going to have a look at those two versions because they're basically identical to this version. Shit. Other than I do believe the frame rate and some of the graphical effects that are being shown here didn't translate very well or weren't ported very well to the Saturn or the PlayStation. So if you're going to play any version, you might as well play the 3DO version. So to be fair, you know, in the same regards, I probably shouldn't have bothered showing you the Game Gear version of, you know, Road Rash, since that was just the Master System version. But, you know, I wanted to see what portable Road Rash was like, and we'll get to more portable versions when we get to the Game Boy stuff. But for me, though, as I've already said, Road Rash 2 is where it's at for me in terms of old school Road Rash. Can't deny that this game is fantastic. Oh, there was also a PC port as well. Sorry, I forgot about that. There was a PC version, which I've got, but OBS doesn't pick it up at all, no matter which game capture you use. So there you go. That is probably the best version of Road Rash you're ever going to get. And I kind of agree. It definitely is the best version of Road Rash that you can get. That's in the traditional Road Rash sense, you know? Woo! Yeah. Chicken dinner. Okay. So, moving on to... going back to the Mega Drive with Road Rash 3. Road Rash 3, which got an average score of 80%, so a lot of people liked it, though it did get some negative connotations towards it, because like the Mega CD version, it uses the similar graphic style to the 3DO version with using digitized sprites rather than, you know, sprites. that sounded great, didn't it? Digitized characters rather than sprites. Hey Nero. Okay, so as the title suggests, we're not just racing around America anymore, we're going worldwide. And I'm actually going to pick a particular track to play because the music makes me laugh, and whereas obviously we've been always driving the American side of the road, depending on where you go in this game, you drive on their side of the road, which I thought was quite neat. So, and we're off. So yeah, as you can see, the sprites are not sprites, they're, you know, in line with the sort of Mega CD and the 3DO version, where we're now using digitized people, Mortal Kombat style, and the frame rate is greatly improved in this over Road Rash 1 and 2. This was the last Road Rash game on the Mega Drive, and then it jumped over to the 32-bit consoles, which we'll be seeing shortly. But this one has a lot of new mechanics. If I was to steal a weapon, which may or may not happen, I will then keep that weapon as I progress. So whereas in Road Rash 1 and 2, I thought I was dead. Whereas in Road Rash 1 and 2, you could steal weapons, but at the start of the next round you wouldn't have it. This, you keep them. So if you can bag a chain, you'll keep that chain, well, for as long as you can keep it. There's also another cool mechanic in this. If you take too much damage and nearly killed that dog, and the bike blows up, and you haven't got enough money to pay for the tow, the towman gives you a bounty and says, oh, one of the other guys in the level, you know, owes me money. Take him out so I can take his bike, and then I'll call your debt square. So then you have to then obviously track down a certain character in the level and, you know, take him out. And in doing so, you don't have to pay for the tow of your own damaged bike, and he then also gives you a crowbar as a weapon for the rest of the game, as long as you can keep it. And if you don't find the person and take him out, when you finish the race, that's game over, and you go back to the start. So I thought that was cool, because normally if you haven't got the money, then it's just game over, whereas this one gives you a, should we say, a last chance. It's a chance. I could have gone for that ramp, didn't think. By the time I saw it, I'd already passed it. Lucky Luke, think you're leader of the pack? Ha! You couldn't lead a horse to water. Yeah, good one, Luke. You got the saying completely wrong. But hey, we're not going to judge you. Okay, well, we'll do Brazil, because I've got 3 minutes left on the clock. Fuck you, Biff. The hell was that? Whoa! Pearl tried to fucking chain me. So though I still feel that Road Rash 2 is the better Mega Drive version, but then I think that's more nostalgia talking than anything, so we say, technical. This is still a really good Road Rash game, and it was a nice way to end Road Rash on the Mega Drive, for sure. And I do often put this one on as much as I do Road Rash 2 if I've got, like, you know, 10 minutes to spare before I start streaming or something. I sometimes just whack on a bit of Road Rash. I don't really play the first one hardly at all, but 2 and 3 I play quite a lot. But I think with 2 it's more, you know, nostalgia tinted glasses, because that's the one I actually owned. I never owned this one. I think by the time this one came out we'd already moved over to the Super Nintendo. Fuck you, Akira. Where's Tetsuo? Akira! Tetsuo! Kaneda! Thanks. Piss off. Yeah, that's what you get. Oh, that's something else I noticed in this one that I just got reminded of. In Road Rash 1 and 2 on the Mega Drive, regardless to whether the character is male or female, they always have a, you know, male voice. Whereas where you just heard there, female characters have a female scream when they die. Just adds to the authenticity of the murder, I guess. Oh, it's Lucky Luke. It's like, I can lead a horse to water. Ah, but I can't move out of the way of an oncoming vehicle. Ah, and that's our lot of Road Rash 3. A really good Road Rash game and a nice swan song for the Mega Drive. So, where are we moving to? Ah! Game Boy time. Okay, cutting in. So, since this Road Rash retrospective was streamed live, if there were any problems that I come across, my plan was to just skip to the next game, since there were that many games anyway. And unfortunately, the display capture I set up for Visual Boy reset itself back to default, so therefore it was all wrong, because it displays in like a tiny corner, so you've got to, and I was like, ah! So I just skipped to the next game because streamer brain. So I thought, since this is now for YouTube, I'm going to cut these missed games in where they're supposed to be. And the first one is Road Rash on the Game Boy. Now, I was going to use Visual Boy for this, but in testing Visual Boy to get it to finally work, I realised that it doesn't emulate Road Rash very well. So I've moved to the MGBA emulator, and that seems to work really well. So let's have a look at Road Rash on the Game Boy. I'm going to give it the 6 minutes as always. And in terms of aggregate, this game got 50% out of 100. So yeah, let's find out, eh? Road Rash! Right, and this emulator also works with my Xbox 360 pad as well, which is kind of crazy. But let's just get involved, eh? So, ah, Natasha, some of these jerks would rather fight than race. Watch yourself out there. You got it, Natasha. Okay. 6 minutes on the clock. And we're off. Well, yeah, it's certainly a Game Boy game. Oh, nasty sprite flicker. Oh, I can punch though. Whoa. Oh no. More sprite flicker. I apologise, I just don't think Game Boy games emulate very well. Oh, I couldn't. Trust me, on Visual Boy this was even worse. Like, it was just flashing like it was a disco. So, yeah, epilepsy warning, I guess. Oh dear. But yeah, obviously the flickering probably wouldn't have been a problem on, you know, the actual Game Boy itself. And I mean, I don't know. Oh, I think I punched him. Oh damn it! I don't think we're gonna do 6 minutes in this one, guys. I think we'll just try and get to the end of the lap, and then we'll call it a day. Oh dear. How odd that emulating Game Boy games is the problem. I've been emulating fucking Amiga and Mega Drive, 3DO, PlayStation, and it's the Game Boy that has the most issues with being emulated. Oh dear. Ah! Look at my little deformed man run to the bike. Oh! It's brutal. I just hope that the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance ones emulate a bit better. But yeah, I mean, the trouble is with Game Boy, I've got no real basis for comparison. I never had a Game Boy, you know, an original Game Boy. So I've not really played, like, I'm trying to think of any Game Boy game I've actually played. Because I never had a Game Boy. We had a Super Game Boy for our Super Nintendo, but I don't really remember playing anything on there. It was more my brother's thing. Oh dear, my apologies on the terrible emulation I'm having just for a fucking 8-bit handheld. Oh, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead! You've got no control. This reminds me of playing sort of like, it's got similar sort of controls to, say, you know, Super Hang-On. Because normally in Road Rash you hold down the accelerator and Jesus, and that's it. And I don't think I've got past 10th place yet. I mean, it's got the rear view mirror and stuff. I mean, everything's here. Don't think I can kick. No, I can only punch. If that's what you call a punch. Just so I'm driving past people giving them the thumbs up. Oh, not again, please. All the cars, they're all facing the same way as well. Ah. So yeah, I mean, if you know Game Boy, you can judge for yourself. It controls like shit. The combat is basically non-existent. I can't get back onto the road. The sprite scaling is awful because it's not scaling, it's just going from one tile set to another. The flicker is amazing, but I'm going to put the flicker more down to an emulation issue than the game itself. Granted, not having official hardware, I can't really make a good judgment. But if I had to choose between what handheld version of Road Rash I was going to play, it would without a doubt be the Game Gear version, aka the Master System version, because the music's too bad. It's not hurting my ears or anything. Oh my god! Look, I was actually in combat. Fuck! Well, I can tell. I'm starting to adjust to the crap factor. Famous last words. Alright, apologies. This emulation is poor. Now I know Visual Boy emulates Game Boy Advance games pretty well because that's how I played the Max Payne thing. So I think before I do any more recording of Game Boy stuff, I'm going to test the game out first just to make sure it's not, you know, it works. I mean, this works, it's just the occasional flicker. There might be a way to get around that in the settings, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever used. Whoa, why does everything look like it's... that totally flipped me out then. I was just like, what? But hey, I was first for a second there, so, you know, it is possible. Oh, everyone's wiping out now. I was right near the end of the level as well. Oh, whatever. Oh, my days. Anyway, as soon as we've crossed the finish line, that will be Road Rash on the Game Boy, 50% out of 100. Yeah, I 100% agree. I would be pretty disappointed in this version of Road Rash. I thought that was the finish line. Was that not the finish line? Oh my god. Oh, it was the finish line. It took the game that long to realise. Oh, that's kind of nice. Nice bit of pixel art there. But yeah, so that was the Game Boy version of Road Rash. And that then leads us into Road Rash 3D on the PlayStation 1, which we'll now pick back up on the stream I did. Road Rash 3D, which got an average score of 70% out of 100. So it's probably going to be really good as well. No, and we don't need the border. Okay, Road Rash 3D. That sounds good. Swore this worked before. Oh. Whoa! Rather hard to control, shall we say. A tendency to okay, so that's punch, right? I totally forgot to set the timer, so once we've finished this race, oh! We'll move on to the next one. I realise I'm running out of time. Oh! Rude! Okay, so this controls like crap. I don't know why every time I try and turn a corner he starts chucking the back wheel out. Like he's Evil Knievel. Whoa, whoa. Also, like the Master System and Game Gear one, they've kind of forgotten the rash part of the road, whereas this feels more like I'm just racing than being able to get into like. So I totally missed him. So the collision detection's off. Maybe that's why they tried to. Fuck you. I managed to clip him now. Whoa. Whoa. Also, I don't, is it me or does the music just not really fit? Music at the start worked, but now I don't know where it's going. I don't know why he keeps looking behind him for. Just trying to turn, mate. Just chill with the still. Whoa! Well, that was Road Rash 3D. Yeah, got 70% and kind of sucks. But that'll do with that one. Shush. So we are now jumping over to the N64. So this is the N64 version. So let's just, I don't know, thrash. Yes. Alright, yeah. Again, I'm just going to do one level and then we'll move on. If you wish to, I don't. Oh, that's accelerate. Okay, now this just looks like an N64 game, I guess. Oh, fuck you, Big Jim. And I've been toasted. There. I just took out that mannequin though. Well then, that was the N64 version. What have you missed? Quite a lot. Okay, we're now jumping into the Game Boy Color version of Road Rash that got a aggregate score of 65% out of 100. So let's see how this one goes. Now I have quickly tested this before playing it, and it's nowhere near as bad as the Game Boy emulation, so at least you're not going to suffer a migraine from watching this one. Okay, and here we are. So, Road Rash on the Game Boy Color. I'm not sure if it's just going to be the Game Boy version with colour. I mean, who knows at this rate? Yeah, we don't care. We're just going to get involved. And we're off. Oh, and I'm pressing the wrong button to accelerate, so that's always good. Okay, so I still give people the thumbs up when I'm passing. No. Oh, and I've got a kick now. We're moving up in the world. And yeah, it's pretty smooth scaling. Jesus Christ! Yeah, thumbs up to you too, pal. Oh! Okay, right, well, this is a significant improvement over the Game Boy version, that's for sure. I do actually think, you know, the scaling's a lot smoother. I'm gonna crash, I'm gonna crash. Oh no. I don't even know why I jumped there, I didn't hit anything. Hey! Punched Ralph in the face. Wreck it, Ralph. Oh, I didn't slugger though. Oh. Music's pretty cool. Oh shit! Oh no! I'm jumping for no reason again. Why does kicking slow me down? Take that, bunker! Oh no, Viper! Oh, that's my nemesis. Shit! Oh no, not the filth. What the hell? He's trying to hit me with a broken polygon. Broken sprite. Oh, and that was all we're going to get from the law. The long arm of the law. Maybe that's. Fuck you, public enemy number one. This fucking music's amazing. Osh! See you later, Lawson. Hold on, if you're not in first place, then... Oh! Come on! I had little... Buffy was in second place, that's crazy. I had little to no alternative but to yield. Ah! Slate! Slate's coming at me, and he's nearly decked me, holy shit! Piss off, public. You're a public nuisance. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, I don't know what... I think this emulator runs at 60, so... If it's pushing the game to run at 60, then there you go, and I'm dead. Dead at the finish line! Oh, my day! That's the Game Boy Color version, meaning we are now moving over to... Oh, Road Rash Jailbreak on the PlayStation 1. Looks like it's the same characters from Road Rash 3D. And it's got a Road Rash 3DO sort of feeling to it. Spaz and pumped.
Fill it up. Hey, I know you. You used to ride a motorcycle around these parts. You know, you don't get to be my age by messing around with the likes of you. Who's the little fella?
Punt.
Punt? What are you calling that for?
So much tood! Jailbreak. Yes.
4 valves per cylinder, double overhead cams. Punt, pay attention. If Helmet can win with this thing between his legs, so can I.
This is a fire-breathing, asphalt-eating, Desaad chariot of doom. Get out of the way! I blew you away, Spaz! You suck!
You should be killed.
Let's just get involved. Okay, so no, that's... Oh, there we go.
What a cheap
I've got a torn bun.
Shut the hell up. What a cheap ball.
Okay, and then that's punch. That's punch.
Shut the hell up.
And that's kick. Right. Controls feel a bit better than Road Rash 3D. Kinda. But yet again, the collision detection is all over the place because I just can't seem to make contact. Oh, he had no problem making contact with me though. Oh! Took the chain to me. And he's got that obsession with looking behind him like the other one did. Oh! Whoa! Like the environments, they're pretty cool. Suddenly everyone's just all over me. Hey guys! Hey! He took someone out. He was, as they say, real sweet. No idea what the giant skull and the crossbones means above me. Ah. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, well that wasn't as bad as Road Rash 3D, which was the other PlayStation one. Certainly better than Road Rash 64, but still, I don't know. And I got a feeling when Road Rash went 3D, it lost something. Okay, and last on the portable versions of Road Rash is Road Rash Jailbreak on the Game Boy Advance. Now this got a review average of 78%, 2% more than the PlayStation version got. So let's see how the last ever portable version of Road Rash fared, shall we? Okay. Didn't really get much from Jailbreak on the PlayStation, so who knows how this one goes. Oh, hello. Wild Race, Cop Patrol. Oh, so you could be a copper and beat the crap out of people. And then you could do that in the PlayStation version. Time Attack, Survival, I guess, I don't know, don't get beat up. And multiplayer. Oh yeah, with the cable. Oh, okay, it's got a few more settings. Anyway, let's stick 6 minutes on the clock, eh? Oh, you know what I just realised? My border's taking up a little bit more real estate, so we'll take the border out just for this one, just so you get more of the screen. I don't know whether that was doing that on the Game Boy Color one now. Whatever. Okay, Wild Race. Fight for the trophy at the Great Bikers Convention and burn rubber on the track to win the Wild Race, where driving style and weapons are part of the show. Defeat Fat Hoagie, the winner of last year's contest, but watch your back. Fearsome Marshall Lee won't let you slow down for a second. Alright, we're going to look out for the Fearsome Marshall Lee. Oh! Mick Monte comes with his own weapon. Oh, look, he's got a combo. Oh, Lulu. Oh, she's got the chain. She's winning in my book. Okay. And Joe Faldino, a couple of kicks. Well, this is quite involved so far for his engine position. Hers is. I'm gonna go because she's got the chain, man. I'm gonna go for the chain gang for sure. Yeah. It's on easy mode. It's not like I said it. And we're off. Okay, so I've got nice scaling. Oh look, there was money. Need the monies. What the fuck happened there? No music in. Why are you a ghost, sir? Explain. Why is there no music either in game? That's a bit shit. Remember, I could select music or engine noises because I usually go for music, as you can rightly hear. Okay. No idea what they mean. Nice track design. You know, it's nice and fast. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, that must be the Fearsome Marshall Lee. And he's kicking the... Fuck you, Marshall Lee. Oh god, no, I hit a car and I've gone dizzy. Look at him, he's all over me. Fucking hell! He just kicked the shit out of me! He did as well! I could barely touch him. Oh yeah, I guess. Oh, okay. Easy mode. There's only 4 people to race as well, which is kind of odd. How do I do this like crazy combo that she showed? No matter the direction I press, it's fucking hell, can't hit him for shit. Okay. I think I've got a gun. Oh, I've got fucking nitrous. I'm just learning where all the new buttons are. Oh, and there's my kick. And now I'm invisible. Piss off. Oh great, here comes the fucking copper again. Yeah, damn right. Oh, I got a bit further than I did last time. Ah, bloody hell, he beat the hell out of me. I'm not busted though. The fuck was all that? I've got no health again. Oh great, here comes Marshall fucking dipshit. And I've been busted again. Jesus, this is really hard. Collision detection is fucked. You can't hit them for shit. And they seem to be able to hit you when they're in front of you. Well, I suppose it makes sense because you could swing back at someone, but that's not normally how this goes. How much more time have I got on the clock? Got 2 minutes? Well, we'll try again. I don't know why, sometimes she kicks and sometimes she brings out the chain with this. The buttons are really odd as well. I'm gonna hold on to my nitros. See, now she's going for the chain. But I swear I was nowhere near him then when I hit him, but I still hit him. Took up hardly any health. I don't know what that means, but I've got a wiggly thing. So yes, they've added some weird sort of Mario Kart stuff. Now I've got oil slick. There you go. Now I've got, I don't know, fucking American football helmet. I'll hold on to it till we get to fucking Marshall Dickhead. Oh, well, that's my time up, but we'll keep going because there's Marshall Dickhead. Just want to find out what this fucking helmet does. Oh, it makes me invincible. Okay. Invincible again. Yeah, piss off, Marshall Dickhead. Oil slick. Oil slick. Oil slick. Have all the fucking oil slicks, bitch. I don't know what that lasso does. Oh, there's fucking Marshall dipshit again. Oh, look at that! Whip took him out instantly! Okay. Happy with that. Ah, missed all of them. That was insulting. Get onto the onto the pier. Well slick, okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, it took me a while to get into it, but there's first place. Okay, well, graphically, great. I mean, I've played a few Game Boy Advance games, and I think that kind of stands up with them. Nice scaling, no slowdown or anything like that. Collision detection's a bit fucked. Took me a while to understand what I was doing, but once I got the hang of it, first place pressure. So, definitely one I would think about actually playing more of, just to see where it goes. But definitely, whereas Road Rash and the Game Gear is traditional Road Rash, this is kind of like a new version of Road Rash. They are definitely the two best portable versions of Road Rash, for sure. Just wondering what happens when we go through. First place, you literally blew those vermin away. Now try it on the next track. So now, whoa, that's a lot of cash. Cool. Oh yeah, I can upgrade as well. I can't though because I ain't got enough cash. Huh. Okay. Yeah. I think this one I might actually do more of in another stream, but we need to move on, and we are now moving into. Oh, and that was it. This was the last Road Rash game ever made, because we are now moving into the spiritual successor, Road Redemption, the PC. It is made by ex-members of, I believe, Road Rash 3DO. But don't quote me on that. I just know that someone or some ones who worked on Road Rash also worked on this. So, and that will conclude our stream by looking at what is most likely the last ever Road Rash game, unless Electronic Arts decides to pull their finger out and do something with the IP. We might as well just go for a classic quick play. We'll do one level. Where's the music? Hold on. Ah. That'd be why. I must have. I used to play this with the lads from Heinz Heroes, because we all no, when this was in early access, Captain Megan, my brother, he got a copy of it. This was like 2 or 3 years ago, and we were all around his on Boxing Day when he had it, and we were playing it, and we thoroughly enjoyed what it was. Again, it was in early access, so it wasn't finished. And then we just waited until they finally finished it, and the last thing they did was put in co-op play, which is what we wanted, you know, to play online. And we've played it a bit. We haven't done much of the campaign. We just sort of played a few multiplayer levels, and then we just kind of like moved on to other games. So again, I think this has the same problem as like the 32-bit PlayStation Road Rash games, is that when it moves into 3D from being 2D, something is lost, but it's really hard for me to put my finger on what that thing is. So yeah, that's fine. It's fine. And we'll just do the first level. But as you can see, this couldn't be more road rage if it tried. Road rage, road rash, sorry. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, that fucked it. Decapitation! But you know, it's graphically splendid, great frame rate. And it's got all that sort of road race action that you want. But I always seem to find myself just gravitating back to Road Rash 2 and 3 on the Mega Drive. I guess, you know, nostalgia. But there is definitely nothing wrong with this game, and I do believe it is now available on other consoles. So I think it's been on Steam for the longest time, but chicken dinner. That was my little retrospective of Road Rash through the years, and it's a great franchise. I just wish that, you know, there was more of them, but you know, that is a solid Road Rash game. So if you've got, you know, I think it's on PS4, or it might be on Xbox One, or it might be on the Switch, I don't know. I really did. I meant to look and I didn't. But if you've got a PC and you want some quality Road Rash, Road Redemption is the one for you. Or just emulate the old ones just like I did. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for joining me for this little impromptu sort of thing. I'm considering doing it for other games that have many versions that I can sort of emulate. It was cool to be able to emulate an Amiga game, and that will probably lead me to do a stream of just Amiga games. Now I know I've got an emulator that works, because there are some cool games on the Amiga that I used to play back in the day with my friend. He lived in the same town as me, and he had an Amiga. I couldn't tell if it was a 500 or 600, I really don't know, but he was the only person I knew in East Anglia that had a CD32. Probably the only person in this area of the planet that had a CD32. But yeah, so unfortunately Swifty's PC is still out of action, so tomorrow's stream will be the next part of Remember Me. Tuesday will be Dead Space, and all being well, Thursday will be the next part of Silent Hill 4 with AJ. I may stream on Wednesday and Friday, I may not, and I may stream on the weekend, I don't know, but this was fun, so thanks for joining me for this, and I hope you have a great start to your week. All the best.